Hey, Kayla, is now a good time to message? There's a little something I was hoping we could discuss.
Huh? Gaston? Sure, I'm free. What is it?
You're already in Washington for your business trip, right? Are you busy with work right now?
We got done with our client meeting way quicker than expected, and now we're just about to check into the hotel. I'll be writing up this week's revenue report when I get to my room, so I'll probably be occupied for a little while. What about you? Shouldn't you be at work yourself? Is something wrong?
This is bad. Apparently the company my brother Derek works for just went bankrupt.
Oh, bankrupt? Where the hell did that come from all of a sudden? So, what's going on, Gaston? How did this happen?
I know, right? He phoned me in a panic earlier on. I was so shocked, but I wanted to do anything I possibly could to help out since I'm his older brother. So I spoke with the boss and he let me dip out of work early just for today. I just got home, so I'm messaging you from the house.
What? You went out of your way to get off work early? What would that accomplish?
Well, listen to this. Here's the problem. Him and his wife were living in company-provided accommodation, and they received an eviction notice saying they had to be out as soon as possible because the company was no longer paying the rent. That's why I had to get away to help him.
Wow, I see. So his living circumstances were entirely dependent on his company? Damn, that sucks. I guess it makes sense that he'd have to move out if it was company accommodation, but damn, I had no idea.
First things first, I need to help them find somewhere else to stay until they get something longer term sorted out. Apparently his wife Lily is pregnant.
Whoa, for real?
He said they only found out the other day themselves. They planned on telling us around the 12th week when all of their tests came back, but the whole bankruptcy thing kinda threw a spanner in the works.
This is nuts. I can't believe he lost his job at a time like this. Talk about bad luck. His wife must be beside herself with worry.
Right? Anyway, I had an idea. I've decided to give my brother and his wife our house.
Huh? What did you just say? By our house, do you mean the house we live in? Don't you mean you're gonna let them live with us temporarily until they find somewhere else?
No, I mean I'm literally gonna give it to them. I don't know if I can make it any simpler. I mean, I'm gonna hand the house over to them, like they're gonna be its rightful owners, and we're gonna move out.
Are you being serious right now?
Of course I'm being serious. Do I look like the kind of guy who jokes about things like this? I have to do everything I possibly can for my little brother in his time of need.
I get that Derek's in trouble, and I get that as his big brother, you want to be there to help him out, and I think that's admirable. I really do. But I don't understand how you go from that to giving our house to him and his wife. You do understand that makes us homeless, right? Where are we supposed to go? My parents aren't around anymore, which means we'll have nowhere to go and we'll pretty much have to get to work on finding a new house from scratch. I am struggling to understand your reasoning here, Gaston. Would you help me out on this one? If we're going to go out of our way to look for a house, surely it'd make more sense to look for one for Derek and his wife rather than causing ourselves a bunch of unnecessary upheaval. I get that losing his job means he won't have any money coming in, so I'm more than happy for us to help him out with the rent if that's what it takes to get him out of this pinch.
We're gonna go live with my mom and dad.
Excuse me?
Yep, don't worry, babe. I already messaged my mom and got permission for us to stay there.
Your mom and dad's house? You do realize they live 2 hours away, right?
Yeah, but my workplace is on the halfway point between here and there, which means it won't impact my commute at all. See? No problem.
But what about me? What am I supposed to do? My workplace is 10 minutes away from our house. Are you saying I have to commute 2 hours to work every day?
So what? Just quit your job and find another one near my folks' place. Jeez, quit making such a big deal out of everything, you big drama queen.
What?
This is a genius plan when you think about it. Derek and his wife don't have to go through the trouble of finding a new place, and we get to live with my mom and dad. You know, I actually amaze myself with how smart I am sometimes.
Smart? That is not the word I would have chosen. Ugh. Don't screw around like this, Gaston, because it's not funny.
Huh?
Why should I have to give up my house for your brother? Are you forgetting that it belongs to me in the first place? It's my frickin' name on the deed. It's not yours to give away.
Your house? What are you talking about? Who the heck do you think you're speaking to, woman? I'm the man of this house, and that is not the kind of tone I expect from you. How about you quit being so selfish and start putting others first for once in your life?
Selfish?
Yeah, you heard me, selfish. You're my wife, and it's your job to do as I damn well tell ya. That's the plan, and it's a damn good one.
No, it is not. It's not okay for you to just hand over my house to someone else, especially without even asking me first. I mean, come on, it doesn't matter if he's your brother or not. It's still my property we're talking about here. You can't just make decisions like that without considering how it affects me, Gaston. It's not fair, and honestly, it's kind of hurtful.
God damn it, why do you have to be so stubborn? If you resist me on this one, I'll just divorce you.
Wow, are you serious? You're really gonna bring divorce into this?
If you don't like it, quit defying me and accept that we're giving the goddamn house to my brother. I'll be done packing our stuff together by the day after tomorrow when you get back from your business trip, so make sure you hand in your resignation by then, okay? We're starting a new chapter here, babe, and I want us both to be fully committed on it.
Do not touch my things. I'll get my stuff together myself.
Fine, have it your way. I take it that means you're at least on board with the move now, then? Ha! I guess there is a brain in there somewhere.
I came back to the house from my business trip to get my things together, but I knew something wasn't right as soon as I arrived. Gaston, what the hell do you think you're playing at? What are your brother Derek and his wife doing in our house?
Duh, what did you expect? I told you we were giving them the place. I left so they could move in.
I can't believe I'm even having to ask you this, but did you already move your stuff to your mom and dad's place?
Of course, all my stuff is there already. It didn't take as much work as I expected. As for your things, I didn't touch them, just like you asked. But as of today, that house belongs to Derek and his wife, which means you need to get your things together and get out as soon as possible. If it's too much for you to do on your own, I'm happy to help.
I won't be needing you to do that, because I'm not moving in the first place.
Huh? You better be joking. You already agreed to the move.
No, I did not.
Huh?
Why should I have to move out of my own house?
Because I told you to. We're giving it to my brother and his wife in their time of need, like I already told you. Oh, and you need to make sure you leave behind all of the furniture and household appliances. Their old company accommodation came with everything included, so they didn't have anything to bring with them. So don't you dare try running off with the toaster or washing machine. I felt bad for them, so I decided to give them not only the house itself, but everything in it.
Maybe I didn't make it clear enough before.
Make what clear enough?
The fact that this is my house and you have no right to give it away?
God damn it, Kayla, are you still harping on about this crap? Quit dreaming. You're in fantasy land.
All right, let me rephrase it. It was me who inherited this house. Does that help? Do you understand now?
Huh?
The house and the land it's built on used to belong to my dad. In fact, it even goes earlier than that because it was passed down through generations until my dad's day. And when he passed away, I inherited it. If my memory serves me correctly, this house has been in my family for over 100 years.
Huh?
For God's sake, Gaston, do you still not understand? What else can I even say at this point? When my dad, who was the legal owner of the house and whose name was written on the deed, passed away, ownership was transferred to me. which means now it's mine.
Holy crap, what did you just say?
Anyway, have you even thought this through? Who's been paying fixed asset taxes on the place this whole time? It certainly wasn't you. So what makes you think you have the right to give it away to whomever you see fit? How about city planning taxes? Go on, why don't you tell me who pays them? It's okay, I'll wait. If you still don't believe me, how about I show you the deed, or the ownership registration certificate, or my dad's last will and testament, or the inheritance tax forms? Would that help you to understand? My name is clearly written under the owner section on all of them.
Are you for real?
That's my line. I have no idea how you could make a misunderstanding of such epic proportions. You knew my parents lived in this house when they were alive, so what would make you think it belonged to you in the first place? My mom passed away back when I was in high school. As for my dad, he joined her a few years later, at which point I inherited everything, what with being their only child and all. It doesn't take a legal genius to understand there's no situation in which you could possibly inherit a house from my parents.
Oh, I see.
What's that supposed to mean? Are we finally making progress here?
To be honest, I never really gave it much thought.
Huh?
So listen, babe, you have my surname, right? What with us being married and all? Which means the surname on the door plate is also mine. The surname on the mail is mine, and the surname we use whenever we apply for things related to the house is also mine. When you look at it that way, everything points to the house belonging to me.
There's just one tiny problem with that, Gaston. Legal ownership of a house isn't decided by how things look from the outside. It's decided by law.
I didn't know that.
Jesus, Gaston. All right, I don't think there's much point in continuing this conversation any further. I just wanted to give you a heads up. I'm going to be dropping off those signed divorce papers you left on the kitchen table. I noticed you were thoughtful enough to leave them out for me, so thanks for that.
What?
I'm actually on my way to hand them in as we speak.
But why?
I'm guessing you left them behind as a threat to try and bully me into changing my mind about the house and agreeing to move with you and let your brother and his wife have the place. Unfortunately for you, I never had any intention of moving whatsoever, so I'm more than happy to divorce.
No, don't do it. Will you change your mind if I kick my brother out and come back?
If only life was so simple, huh? I hate to be the bearer of bad news. But Derek told me all about you and your mom's plan.
What? What plan? I don't know about any plan. Nope, not me. I'm totally in the dark here.
Drop the act, Gaston. You know your mom has never liked me, and she wanted to use this whole thing as an opportunity to force me into living with her so she could boss me around and use me as her own personal slave. I heard you guys also both quit your jobs in anticipation of me coming and taking over the rent payments to support you both so you could laze around the house all day.
Holy crap. Derek told you all that? What the hell does that idiot think he's doing? Hang on a sec, how does he even know?
Apparently he overheard you and your mom plotting on the phone. If you don't mind, I think I'll pass on being tricked into living with your slave-driving mother so she can bully and abuse me until she's too old to do it anymore. I also have no intention of financially supporting her or her lazy, good-for-nothing, jobless loser of a son. So if I were you, I'd probably start looking for work again soon. I've never heard of anyone quitting their job for such an absurd reason. Talk about going off someone. I wouldn't stay married to a loser like you even if you paid me to. Anyway, if you'll excuse me, I have some divorce papers to hand in.
Kayla, no!
Bye.
Kayla! What the heck's happening here? Kayla!
Oh, hi, Gaston. It's been a while. What do you want?
Why are my brother Derek and his family living in your house? I just saw him through the window and his kids out playing on the lawn. I thought you said you weren't going to give it to him. This isn't fair.
I didn't give them it. They're renting it.
Renting? What do you mean they were renting? Explain yourself now.
It was all agreed on around the time of the divorce. It was just like you said. They genuinely were struggling and needed a helping hand, so at first I decided to let them stay for free for a short while. After a few weeks, Derek found a new job, which meant he could finally start paying rent again. He found him and his wife a place with a cheap realtor that does monthly contracts, and after about a month, they moved out of my house. Not long after that, I was told by my boss that I was being transferred to another branch out of state.
Huh? You got a job transfer?
Yep. With that, I decided to put my house up on the rental market, and when I did, apparently Derek and his wife saw it online when they were looking for something longer term, so they reached out to me. Since I know and trust them, and since they're actually sane and reliable, unlike you, I decided to take it off the realtor site and rent it to them directly. I had them sign a contract, and, well, that's pretty much it. So that's what happened, and that's why they've been living there all this time.
Holy crap, are you being serious?
So tell me, Gaston, what exactly do you want? Why are you bothering me after all this time?
You see, the thing is, my mom got involved in a pretty serious accident, and it turns out she's going to be spending the rest of her life in a wheelchair. Of course, that means she needs full-time care, and, well, I just can't do it on my own. It's a really tough situation, and I feel overwhelmed trying to figure out how to manage everything. I want to be there for her because she's my mom, but it's a lot more than I can handle alone.
Wow, you mean you're messaging me after all this time to try and convince me to give things with you another shot? Because your mom's in a wheelchair?
Yup, exactly. So what do you say, baby? How about me and you give things another go? Let's rekindle the flame of our romance, Kayla.
Our romance is deader than Jeffrey Epstein, and it didn't kill itself. No way.
What the hell? Why not?
I was made abundantly aware of how much your mom dislikes me, which is why I went out of my way to avoid her as much as humanly possible. I guess that's why she felt like she had to resort to underhanded measures to trick me into living with her. Because she knew damn well I'd never agree to it otherwise. I always had my doubts about your mom, but when I found out what a selfish, domineering asshole you were, I completely lost all hope in you, too. I would have had to have been out of my mind to move in with a pair of maniacs like you. Anyway, I live ages away in a different state now. Not that I'm going to tell you which one. Remember the work transfer I told you about? Well, it looks like I won't be coming back to Michigan for a long time.
Holy mother of God. Wait a sec, are you telling me I have to deal with my mom all by myself?
Huh? Oh, of course, how silly of me to forget. Your brother Derek and his wife disowned you, didn't they? Based on what I've heard, he was pretty furious when he heard you were trying to use him and his wife as a tool to get me to go and live with your mom. He washed his hands of the both of you, didn't he? It's nice to know not everyone in your family has a personality disorder.
You heard about that? Well, that was,
Anyway, me and you are complete strangers now, so I'd really appreciate if you never messaged me again for the rest of your life. Quit trying to drag me into your family's bullshit, okay?
Oh my God, wait! Listen, Kayla, please. I'm actually outside your house with my wheelchair-bound mom right now. I was hoping you'd be able to take us both in and care for her, starting today. Do you have any idea how much I paid on transport fees? It's not easy to move someone in a wheelchair, you know? You used to be her daughter-in-law, for God's sakes, Kayla! Have you no heart? Please, there must be something you can do for us!
But I'm not her daughter-in-law anymore, am I? If you'll excuse me, I have a Zoom meeting with a company from Sweden in a minute. Goodbye forever.
Kayla! Baby! No!
After the divorce, Gaston moved in with his mom and found another job. However, when his mom had her accident, he found it impossible to juggle work and caring for her. So he had no choice but to hand in his resignation after just a few months. Apparently, they live on food stamps and disability support now, and things aren't going great for them. They're pretty much on the breadline, and every day is a struggle. I'm guessing he remembered my house had a barrier-free support, Unfortunately for him, I'm not such a pushover that I'd forgive the jerk who tried forcing me to give away my house as part of a ploy to trick me into moving in with his psycho mom. Thankfully, he couldn't track me down since I moved out of state for my work transfer. To add insult to injury, he arrived to find his little brother Derek and his wife, both of whom had disowned him, living in the barrier-free house he so desperately wanted to get his hands on. Derek said he couldn't be happier to see his wayward older brother and deranged mother get their just desserts. Caring for an elderly disabled woman can't be easy, but if there's anyone who deserves to do it all on his own in abject misery, it's Gaston. Thanks for watching, folks. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to prove what a boss you are by liking and subscribing. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We can't wait to see you again next time.
Roderick, I really need to talk to you. You're supposed to be my husband, and you're taking a while to reply to me. Where are you right now?
What do you mean, where am I? You know, I'm here, there, and anywhere. I'm just hanging around, you get what I'm saying, right?
Why are you being so vague with me right now? This isn't making me feel good. I would like to know where my own husband is, please. Considering you've already spent half the week wandering aimlessly and keeps avoiding me, you're just walking around and not coming home. What's going on?
You know what, dear? I'm going to enlighten you with something. You've always told me that you don't want to be told what to do when you're out and about. You've said that pretty plainly on multiple occasions. So why don't you quit bothering me about my location and what I'm doing? It makes me feel so sick to the stomach. I'm not coming home this evening, okay?
Why are you acting like such a child? Are you for real? You're not coming home again tonight? What is the meaning of all of this?
Would you quit complaining about my actions? I don't do this to you at all. You've got to let a man breathe, for goodness sake. Stop bringing all this negativity into the conversation. I'm so done with it.
I think I have every right to complain when you're the one who isn't coming home night after night. You know, it makes me suspicious. Do you have a new lover or something?
Really? Are you seriously asking me that question right now? And so what if I did? I can do what I want when I want. If anything, you should think again about how to say things to me. How about you do some self-reflection, especially when it comes to whose income you're using to feed yourself?
Excuse me? I'm the one who needs self-reflection? Are you insane? You don't think you're even remotely in the wrong here? How can you be like this to me?
I'm the breadwinner here, Melinda. I'm the one doing all the hard work, earning money, and looking after your parents since they live here with us. You got no right to say anything bad towards what I do outside this family. I already do so much. Don't forget that your parents could be living on the streets right now if it weren't for me.
Why are you acting like this? I'm allowed to ask questions, and I want straight answers, which you aren't giving. Are you seriously saying all of this right now against my parents?
Yes, I am, and I'm done here with this conversation. I need some peace and quiet. I'm done with your crap. See ya, and wouldn't wanna be ya.
Well, I'm really not surprised by how you've betrayed me right now. Of course you're having an affair. I can't go on like this anymore. I want a divorce, please. I don't want to be with someone who just screws me over and treats me like crap.
Excuse me? What are you talking about? Why would you want to divorce me now when you were suspicious of me in the first place?
Wow, Roderick. It's not like you're even trying to hide things from me anymore, huh? It's like you want me to find out and just make me feel miserable. In the last 6 months alone, you've been with 5 other people while still being married to me. It was too easy to find out about them.
What are you saying? You've already seen me with 5 other people? What are you, stalking me or something? Have you been watching me on my every move? Do you realize how creepy that is?
I don't need to stalk you to know what's going on. You've been doing this in plain sight. There were some days that you hooked up with 3 different women on the same day. I don't need to follow you everywhere when you're not even hiding your identity.
Just face the facts, Melinda. You were following me everywhere. How else could you have known that I was with so many people and when I was with them?
It wasn't me who was following you, Roderick. I used a private investigator to do that.
You used a private investigator to track my whereabouts? Is this some kind of joke? Where did you get the money to spend that on? You didn't spend my own well-earned money, did you? I feel like that is something that you would do to me, typical of you as a woman.
No, I didn't spend a single cent of your income on this. I used my own savings. The amount of money that you earn is not enough to cover it anyways.
Hold on a sec, what? What do you mean I earn quite a lot of money? I earn quite a bit, thank you very much. Do you think I don't earn that much?
Do you really think so, Roderick? I'm not joking here. I'm being pretty serious. It's a paltry sum of money that you earn.
Wow, you're really saying something like that to me right now. How rude can you get? You don't understand how kind I was to not even bring up divorce with you, even though I've got another woman. Because I know I would leave you penniless and on the streets with your parents.
Really, Roderick? You think you're doing me a favor by being kind to me and not filing for a divorce? What a joke. There is no way a person can be kind if they're always cheating on their wife with another woman.
How is that not being kind? I'm not bothering you and you can do whatever you want. Don't you recognize that?
Look, Roderick, are you going to divorce me or not? That's all I came to ask for. I've already prepared the divorce papers, so all you need to do is sign on the dotted line, and then we don't have to be in each other's pockets ever again. I'd like you to come back sometime next week and sign the papers. Could you at least do that? It's not hard.
Is that all you really want? A divorce? Fine, I guess I'll have to give it to you. It'll be nice to not have to bother about you anymore. However, if you do want a divorce from me, take your parents and all 3 of the kids and leave my premises. There'll be no property distribution, no alimony, and no child support from me. Got it?
Yeah, okay, whatever you say. Roderick, I just want this divorce finalized and you out of my life.
Huh? What? Are you serious? You're just gonna accept my conditions? Wow, I feel like I've just created a masterpiece. Okay, let's get this done. I'll come home during the weekend and sign the divorce papers. It'll be so incredibly easy.
Alright, I'll see you in the weekend then. We have an agreement. Don't back out on it.
Why would I? I want this too, you know? Things are gonna get very interesting now. Alright, so then, when do you guys plan on leaving my house?
Huh? Excuse me? What are you talking about?
You know exactly what I'm talking about, Melinda? So don't ha me in that stupid way that you do.
No, I didn't think that question would come from you, Roderick.
Hey, you're kind of funny, but this isn't the time to mess with me, Melinda. Did you actually think that you were gonna make me sign the divorce papers so haphazardly? It's quite hilarious when you say that you want a divorce, but you're not even ready to move and not even ready to leave my property. I'm laughing so much that I could break a rib right now.
Have you actually gone crazy, Roderick? Do I actually have to deal with more crap from you?
What crap, Melinda? What do you want about? Don't you know I have every right to speak to you like this? Considering you're the one wanting a divorce from me. You think you're very funny. I don't think I'm crazy, okay?
Would you quit being like this towards me? It's stressing me out. Are you actually okay? For some reason, I'm worried about this when I shouldn't.
Okay, fine. Here's what I'm going to do. Since this situation can't be helped, I have no choice but to give you 2 months. I'm making a conscious decision to not go anywhere near this house for 2 months. In the meantime, you'll need to find a new place, and all you have to do is leave to that new place and never return here.
Okay, well, what should I do with all the things you've left behind? If I have to leave, I might have no choice but to dispose of what's here.
Wait, what? You're gonna throw out all the things I have here? Well, look at you. Is this your last chance at showing your bravado? If you want to dispose of everything, then so be it. But I'm not going anywhere near you when I shouldn't have to.
So, you're saying that it's okay for me to throw your things in the garbage? You're going to let me do that?
If you can't do it, then do it! I only wish that I could watch you do that. I can just imagine how you would look when you did that.
Well, alright then, if you say so. Roderick, if you've got everything that you need, then I'll get rid of the things here. Please come and collect it next week if you change your mind.
Yeah, Melinda, whatever you say. Anyway, I'm sure that you're really gonna throw out all my things. I'm sure you would just love to do that.
Well, On that note, I'm going to go over to the courthouse now. I'll hand over all the papers to the judge, and then we'll be officially divorced.
Yeah, Melinda, you just go and do that. Run along. Well, I guess it's almost time for you to leave. Get out of my sights. I can't wait to be a free man.
Melinda, are you there? I've got something to share with you. I've got some good news for you, my dear daughter.
Hi, Mom. It's been one heck of a day for me. What's going on? What's the good news?
I got a call from a friend of mine who's a real estate agent. I think I've told you about this friend before, maybe? Anyway, my friend said that they have found a property that matched our desired criteria. Isn't that fantastic news?
Oh my god, really? That was so fast. How did they manage that?
They worked their magic, I suppose. Apparently, we can move into the property immediately.
Okay, if I take a look inside the property and everything is up to scratch, can I do away with the weekly apartment contract that I was thinking of as like a temporary housing for us?
Yeah, I think that should be fine. I see no problem with that at all.
Okay, cool. Well then, it looks like we'll be seeing a new property and moving into it very soon. This is great!
Great! I'll contact my real estate friend right away so we can see the property and deal with all that business so we can move in.
Thank you, Mom. That would be greatly appreciated.
By the way, are you also preparing for what's about to follow? It's going to be tough, but I know how strong you are.
Of course, yes! The result of the private investigations are extremely detailed, so I think I know what I need to do now. I've already requested for the matter to be dealt with. I'm looking forward to the next 2 months. I'm going to take back what is mine, and he'll never see it coming.
Wow, Melinda. I hope it all goes in your favor, my dear. Good luck.
Hey, Melinda, are you there now? It's been 2 months now. Have you moved out yet, or what? I want my property back.
Oh, it's you. We've already moved out like 2 months ago.
Really? You've already left? Then why does the place look like it does?
Maybe it's because we actually moved out a while ago and it's in that state because no one has been there for 2 months. Do you think about that?
Oh, yeah, that's very true. I didn't put a lot of thought into that. I just didn't want you there anymore. When all my women heard about my divorce, they had a hard time of letting me go. It was just so hard to choose who I wanted to be with after our divorce. Tomorrow, the breadwinner will return with the woman who has finally been chosen to be my new bride. I already have a new candidate, and she'll be a great wife.
Okay. I don't really need to hear all of that. But you do you, Roderick, since you're a free man, of course.
But it's so great that I gotta spend all my hard-earned cash on feeding you or the family or anyone else for that matter. I just need to take care of myself and my next lady. Well, I just wanted to say that I'm really happy that we got the divorce finalized.
Okay. Is that right, Roderick? Well, good to see that you're so happy about it. You really can just do whatever you like now.
This is the life! It's too late to go back on this now. I hope you're not gonna regret this. You're a bit slow acting if you want me back now.
No, I think I'm good. It was a good decision. I got what I came here for, which of course was divorce.
Wow, you're really showing all your strength now, huh? That's so funny. Well, thank you very much for your hard work, Enjoy taking care of your parents and the 3 kids without any money coming into your account. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, good luck, and you're gonna need it while you living on the streets. Melinda, pick up your phone! This isn't funny anymore, Melinda. Hey, answer your dang phone! I gotta talk to you right now!
What on earth could this possibly be about right now? You better explain to me right this instant why I have some 200 missed calls and texts from you.
Could you tell? I'm trying to blow up your phone right now. I'm trying to get your attention here.
I see. Well, in that case, I guess that I'm just so grateful I made sure to silence my phone today then.
And what is that supposed to mean, huh? Why would you do that? I'm trying to reach you and tell you that you couldn't even hear all the phone calls and texts coming in. Ah!
No, I really couldn't, and now I almost regret even bothering to check my phone. I mean, what on earth could you possibly need to talk to me so badly about? Or is it just now you're finally starting to figure things out?
Don't you play coy with me. I want an answer and I want them right now. What happened to my house and why is it not there anymore? It's just a lot.
Sorry, did you just call it your house? I'm afraid that I don't know what you're talking about in that case. After all, the deed for the house that you and I lived in was under my dad's name and we were just renting it from him. You did already know all of that though, didn't you?
Wait, what? What are you talking about? That was my house.
It isn't, and there isn't even a house to be had anymore. The land was sold to a developer and it's going to be used to build some kind of apartment buildings or something like that.
But I don't get it. We were renting it under my name. My name was on the lease. How could this be happening?
I'm going to stop you right there. Your name might have been on the lease, but let's make one thing clear here. You old make $2,000 a month, and the rent for that place was $2,500. So I really don't see why you thought it was ever yours.
Wait, what? What do you mean? The rent was really that high? But I had no idea about that at all.
Really? You really didn't even know how much the place you were living costs.
But, I mean, I was the one who was working, and everyone else was just living off of me, right? It wasn't fair. I hated living like that.
I see. Well, I really, really hate to be the one to break it to you, but you are very mistaken about that.
Mistaken? What do you mean? Wait, hold on. What did I get wrong? It's the truth. I know what my life is, thank you very much.
You are right about me not working. That is true, but it was only because I was on maternity leave. I was always going to go back to work, but I just happened to be lucky enough to work for a company that really emphasizes a good work-life balance. So even though I wasn't physically going into the office, they were letting me do some work from home from time to time.
Wait, really? You mean that you were actually working this whole time? I didn't know. That isn't fair. I really had no idea.
Well, it's the truth. And you should also know that I happen to make about double what you do, even while working from home.
You gotta be kidding me. Do you really make that much more than me?
That's right. And you have one more thing that you've been getting wrong about this whole thing. My dad owns the company that I work for.
Wait a second. Your dad owns the company that you work for? You mean that he's not just some unemployed geezer?
He was never an unemployed geezer, as you call him. You just decided that in your head without looking into the truth at all. But the fact is that when we got married, he had already made the arrangements for employees to be able to work from home, and to help encourage people to take advantage of it if they wanted to. He started working from home more and more as well. So basically, both of us were just doing our same jobs, but from home.
I don't know what to say to that. I'm shocked. I really had no idea about any of that.
That isn't true either. I know for a fact that I told you about this when we got married. It isn't our fault you weren't listening.
But I don't get it. If your dad and you both had jobs, then why did he come and live with us? I mean, I thought that we were both gonna live on your own, and that if we ever lived with our parents, it'd be when they were much older. This whole time I just thought that you were letting our dad live with us because he didn't have any more. And that's why your mom and dad were living with us, isn't it?
Oh, right. Well, that actually reminds me of something I almost forgot to tell you.
What is it? What is it you want to tell me?
You do know how I had triplets, don't you?
What are you talking about? That isn't what we're here to discuss right now. We were talking about your parents and not your children.
But the fact that I was having my third child has everything to do with what's going on. Oh, just think about it. All of a sudden, I'm supposed to be taking care of 3 kids at once. I just wouldn't be able to handle that. Even I wasn't working at all, it would still be way too difficult for me. That's why I asked my parents if they would want to move in with us. I knew that I would need their help as taking care of all these children.
So then, why was it that you were in the hospital right before they moved in?
If you really must know now, it was because I was feeling so exhausted and strung out and that I actually fainted from being so tired.
Really? But I didn't know that was why you wanted it.
And you never even bothered asking me either, remember? That's when I knew that I wouldn't be able to count on you and went to my parents. But you just went on making all the assumptions about the situation that you wanted. And then you went further and kept cheating on me.
But you have to see things from my way too, right? I mean, I thought that I was the only one working. I thought that I was just taking care of a whole family all on one salary. I was just so upset.
If you think that excuse is going to get you out of trouble, then you're dead wrong. Because every gripe, insults, and all your sleeping around were all based on a false promise to begin with.
But then, what's gonna happen now? We don't even have a house together.
We? There's no more we anymore. You're right, there's no more house. You're right, there's no more house, and that's because there isn't a place for you in the family anymore.
So then, that's it? We're just through?
Almost. There is still a divorce to talk about. And you are going to pay for all that reckless behavior as cost, including for your affairs too.
Wait, you're just gonna leave me homeless, divorce me, and then force me to pay you? You can't do that, please!
I'm sorry, but my mind is made up. The next you hear from me will be through my lawyer. In the end, Roderick was forced into a corner and knew that he had no choice but to sign the divorce papers. While we met at my lawyer's office, my mom and dad were at home taking care of the triplets. Roderick was forced deep into debt to pay all the legal fees, and I heard that he even ended up borrowing from some shady sources. I have no idea what he's up to now, but ever since we got divorced, it's like he's completely fallen off of the map. As for me, I've been enjoying the peace and quiet when I'm able to. It'll still be a while before I'm back to my office since I have my hands full with my children, but I'm glad to be with such understanding and loving family.